Welcome back to another thing of Back to Basics. Today, we're just going to be keeping it simple, talking about our first trip to the LGS. Or at least, any other trip after this. So first of all, let's talk about attire. So long as you're comfy and clothed, show up in whatever you like. I would show up in this t-shirt, jacket, and my jammy pants. Because they're comfy. And I'm comfy. If you're at your most comfortable wearing the tuxedo of only the most regalist of families, go right ahead. Take that there. So long as you're comfy, it's cool. Who cares? Secondly, freaking shower. Put on some deodorant. And let me put a little asterisk next to the first statement I made. Comfortable, clean clothes. Imagine this, okay? Imagine you're sitting across from someone who smells like years of Burger King grease finally seeping through the pores because even though it could have been easily taken care of by, a piece of soap. Someone who has very, very clearly spent the entire day at the gym, or someone whose clothes smell like they could be a literal example for an advertisement of Febreze. The war on three fronts. Up next, be honest about your decks. Don't bring a LGS deck to a pot of pre-cons. Don't say that your Kenrith deck isn't that strong if you can win before turn 3. Two things have to happen for me to pull out a deck that will very clearly pub stomp and win very early on in a pod like that. Two things have to happen. I have to be continuously focused out of the game. Specifically when someone else has a very dominating board state. And the threat assessment is specifically targeted at you simply because we've seen what your decks do, man. We've seen what your other decks do. 2, I'm very clearly playing a deck that is not on the competitive scale. I'm just playing another deck that's not on my high-level ones. When this all happens, screw matching the power levels. Player Kennen, player LGS deck, play Eldrazi. It does not matter. You have very clearly earned this. Lastly, in my opinion, every deck should have a way to end the game other than combat damage. Everyone has a finite amount of time, the time is limited. They want to play different decks. They want to play more games. I'm not saying the pub stomp went on turn 3 every night, but different decks for everyone wants to play different decks, I'm not telling you to tutor for your win con every time, but if the game's been going on for a while, people want to play different decks. They might want to be getting a few more games in with their new ones, but they still have a limited amount of time, Gotta be respectful of that. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, maybe drop a comment down below. Tell me what you want to see me cover next. Special thank you to my patrons, Fibblethip and Nitro. All right, y'all take care.